Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
What's on Tap podcast, once again, bringing you the excitement, the beers, the love.
Filling your ear holes.
Always, with our love.
Yes.
It's a little squishy. You might want to use a cotton swab occasionally in there. It's getting a little gross.
That's just common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although they say you should never stick anything bigger than your elbow in your ear canal because you can do damage by putting a cotton swab too far in. And also, every time you use a cotton swab, technically you're impacting the earwax further into your ear, creating more blockage.
Yikes.
The more you know.
Thanks for giving me nightmares.
That's what we're here for. Not just beer knowledge, but ear hygiene knowledge as well.
Wow.
Oral safety is what we're all about on this show.
Absolutely.
Not oral safety, oral safety.
Oral.
It's a different thing.
For oral safety, we recommend the two beers that we have in store for today's episode. I have brought two beers from Amager. Amager in Denmark.
Yes.
And before anyone accuses us of being Amager fanboys, we did not get paid to do this episode.
I wish we would get more. I wish we would get beer from Amager because
please,
we've done many episodes where we did side-by-side comparisons of their varietal beers, and this one is no different because we have Viewpoint, which is a double mash imperial Goiabada stout, and Viewpoint Coco, which is not chocolate-based but has coconut addition.
Yes. So both beers are a collaboration together with Brazil's Cervejaria Dadiva, a brewery that apparently makes beer.
A brewery that makes beer, that sounds crazy. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, they're crazy guys. Anyway, the reason why we keep getting back to Amager is, I think, because they keep making beers that are pairs.
Because they tend to release a base and then a variant.
Yeah, or like this, or a beer that's been aged in two different casks, and they have similar labels and names, and you just realize that they're supposed to be drank together, preferably with a good, nice co-host.
Yes,
that makes you happy.
And so the Goiabada is a confection in Brazil made with guava, sugar, and water, basically. So it's kind of a guava paste that's used in cakes and tarts and other pastries.
It's too bad. I'm allergic to water.
Oh, it happens. It happens. Yeah. So let's jump into Viewpoint.
Yes. It smells sweet.
It smells cocoa-y. Roasty.
Roasty, yes. Yeah. Slightly fruity.
Yeah.
I think we should dig in.
Let's go.
Cheers.
Wow. A lot of roasted malts on that.
There's a lot of sweet, fruity. It does not taste like candy. But there's something... So, listeners, before the episode, Stefan actually warned me that he hates guava.
I do. I really hate guava in beer because to me it tastes like rotting garbage usually.
Oh, delicious rotting garbage.
Yeah.
Does this taste like guava?
It does not.
Okay.
I don't think it has a guava touch to it. I think the roasty malts are really strong in this. Like it's got this chocolate coffee roasty from the double mash on it, which is very Amager style. So I think it's very true to form from them. I think that
I think it has a slight acidity.
Goiabada, right, gives it a bit of this acidity and that bit of that. It's not really fruity, but it's more like a tanginess.
Yeah.
To it.
Did we say that they're like 11%?
It is 11%. So this is not a Pound Town beer. This is an easy sipping beer. And I think it's interesting.
Interesting for sure. I don't think I like the added acidity, fruitiness thing.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem is, I feel like it's kind of missing something. Like, it's really dry. It finishes super clean. You get this roasted malt build. You get this weird tartness, tanginess that kind of just... It's not really overpowering, but it's just kind of there, but you're not... Like, I don't really know what to do with it.
No.
Like, it's such a weird combination. It's one of those things where I don't dislike it, but I'm not really loving it either. But I don't really know. I can't really put my finger on why I don't like it more.
No.
Maybe it's the body is a little... It's not really there for it.
Usually with an imperial stout, the aftertaste is a lot of the sweet, delicious, roasty, thick flavors.
Yeah.
Here it's just this acid. It's just sour.
I don't think Amager does like super full body. You're not going to get like the Omnipolo thickness or...
But you and I have had the double mash with the wolf on the label.
Yeah, but that's the double black mash. That's a special thing. I don't know that this went through the same process.
No, probably not.
I mean, it's just double mash on it, but I don't know how that's different from the double black mash that they put out, which is a much richer beer. I think the problem on I think with this is that I think we wanted to have a fuller mouthfeel, and it is a little easy to drink. I mean, in that it's kind of thin.
Yeah.
It's not really watery, but it's not really... I think the dry finish also just kind of kills it a lot too.
Yeah. I can't rate this higher than a 3.75, and I'm being kind of nice when I give that rating.
Wow, you were just I can't rate this higher. I thought you were like a 3. 3.75 is actually pretty high.
But
I mean, that's a...
Amager Imperial Stouts they usually impress me. I usually give 4 or above. Yeah. Here, I might land on a 3.5 after tasting it more, but I already know my maximum rating for this beer.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go just a 3.5 on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is that it's missing, but there's just something that's not... Like, there's a next level that it needs, like maybe a barrel aging or something, but it's just not blowing my socks off.
With a tartness like this, I would be scared to barrel age it. I think that would just go rampant.
Well, I think of something like kind of like Brewery's Tart of Darkness, and that's like a pretty extreme sour IPA.
But it's an outspoken sour beer.
It's a pretty freaking intense sour beer.
Yes.
Yeah.
This isn't.
I know. And I don't think this is meant to be a sour stout.
No.
I think the guava part of it is the outcome of it, but it's not pushing hard enough into that. It's not really laying into that sour level to make it a sour stout.
No.
All right. So the next one is Viewpoint Coco. And this is the same beer, but...
With coconut.
With coconut.
I usually highly enjoy coconut in beer.
I have a love-hate relationship with coconut and beer. Either it tastes like suntan lotion, or it's more balanced and tastes like what it should taste, which is coconut.
Doesn't smell a lot like coconut.
It doesn't smell a lot like coconut. It smells a little sweeter than the other one, and I don't think it's going to be the suntan lotion explosion.
I don't think so either.
All right, cheers.
Let's try them. Cheers.
I like this much better. I gotta say, I think the coconut.
Yeah.
adds that level of complexity that I think the other one's missing.
It doesn't taste as tart.
Yeah.
That's the secret with some sour beers. You add vanilla or coconut or something to them, and it becomes really balanced.
Still not loving it.
It's far from perfect. I can't put my finger on what's missing.
Yeah, but like there's something missing, right? There's something that this needs to be that it's not. And I just don't know what it is. It's like the sour part is so mild and kind of almost unintentional.
Yeah.
That it feels like an afterthought.
Yeah, so the coconut version is, for me, several steps an improvement compared to the regular one. So I'm going to decrease the regular one to a 3.5. And so far, we've only sipped it a couple of times. This is at a 4, but it's a weak 4. It's...
I'm going to keep the Viewpoint at 3.5. I'm going to give this a slightly marginally better 3.75.
Yeah.
I think that that guava sourness is kind of killing what's an otherwise really enjoyable beer. It doesn't add anything to this.
No. So listen, kids, stop putting guava in beer.
Yeah, truly. It is not making things better.
And that's the new tagline of the show.
Yeah. More beer, less guava.
What's on Tap podcast? Preferably no guava, right?
Yeah. With 100% less guava.
I don't know how many guava beers I've had, actually. I don't have a memory of disliking guava in beer historically.
I don't think I actively started disliking guava in beers until I had a bunch of brewery beers, and a lot of them have guava in them.
Uh-huh.
And then that's when I was just like, yeah, this is not a flavor I particularly enjoy.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And this is also not something that I don't know.
No.
I really want to like it because I really like the base. Like I can really taste the richness and the roastiness, and like it's got these kind of slightly chocolate and slightly burnt toffee and coffee notes to it. But then that weird funkiness comes in, and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, but
it's actually working against the malt build. It feels like.
If we were to try the original beer that does not contain any Goiabada mixtures, I think we would be disappointed.
Because I think we'd feel like this is just a really good roasted stout.
Do you think so?
I think so. I feel like maybe there's a little lactose or milk sugar in here.
Yeah.
That is just killed by the guava and the tartness of it. Like it just isn't making the beer more complex. It's just fighting the other flavors of the beer.
Yeah. Yeah, when you put a beer in your mouth and the initial, middle, and aftertaste are just completely different, I think it's often a bad thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes a beer reaches a peak of some flavor, and then the aftertaste is just a smooth ride of a secondary flavor. That's fine. But when everything is just jumping up and down, sweet, roasted, sour, fruit, whatever, it's not a it's not a pleasant experience.
It is not. And I feel like I've rated these too high now. I feel like I'm going to go back to Viewpoint.
I feel so as well.
And I'm going to go back to Viewpoint and give it a 3. And I'm going to give the Coco a 3.25.
I'm also going to decrease them to a 3, yes, but still a 3.75.
Okay.
The second one with the coconut.
It is better, but I don't think it's that much better.
Right
I think
now,
it's just slightly better.
Right now, I think it's 0.75 better.
I think it's too much of a sway on that, because it's like, I mean, at 14%, do I want to drink more of this?
11.
Is it 11? I thought it was 14. Oh, it is 11%. So at 11%, still, I don't feel like I want to drink. I'd rather drink something else at the same percentage. Because if I'm going to get fucked up over beer, I feel like there are better beers out there that I would much rather have over this.
Yes. But from the coconut, now I'm getting more chocolate.
Okay. Yeah, these will warm up a little bit too since we've been talking. And yeah, a little more cinnamon on the nose, I think. I get more of the sugar canniness now, but yeah, I'm over these beers.
These are weird.
Yeah. All right.
But I have to say the labeling is on point, because everyone who listens can just see your photo of these beers. But it's like two twins on each. In the first one, they're both redheads with red hair. One is looking at the viewer, and the second one, green hair with green clothes, and the other one is looking. So you really quickly understand that these beers belong together, and they're not really opposites. They're just two sides of the same coin, and in this case, the coin is coconut coin.
Yeah. Do you follow the artist for Amager on Untapped?
I don't.
Simon Hartvig.
Wait.
Dalgod.
What?
He has his own Instagram account, and he shows you the artwork as he produces it through the process.
What did you say his name was?
Simon Hartvig Dalgod.
No.
Yeah. But follow him on Untapped. Sorry, on Instagram, because he goes through and shows you like when he's building out the labels and the process he goes through, and there's some stories and stuff that go along with them. It's quite interesting to watch.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's
the tip of the day.
There you go.
So tip number 1, no guava. Tip number 2, don't buy Viewpoint or buy Amager. They're available at some web stores in Europe, but they're better beers.
Yeah, for sure. Especially from Amager.
3, don't put Q-tips too deep into your ear. Instead, put What's on Tap podcast into your ear.
Much better.
We will never cause you ear problems.
Unless you're using the new earbuds.
That's not on us.
Because it has to transmit radio signals through your brain. And there is an increased chance of cancer caused.
That's not
from the
on
radiation created by these wireless earbuds.
If you get earbud cancer, please don't sue What's on Tap podcast.
It's not our fault. You make that choice yourself. Sue Apple. Apple's got a lot of money.
You should always listen to What's on Tap podcast on surround speakers, sitting in a comfy chair with beer
drinking
in your
a beer, just being embraced by the dulcet tones.
Yes.
Of Martin and Stefan.
Yes.
So until next time, you can find us on what'sontappodcast.com, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you can find quality podcasts online. So until next time,
keep drinking, you dum-dum.